In a quiet mountain town where the fog drifted like pale ghosts above empty streets, an ancient clock shop named Elder Timeworks stood glowing faintly in the night. No one knew when it was built or who had owned it before. It simply existed, as if time itself had placed it there. One cold evening, a young traveler named Liam stepped inside after his motorcycle broke down on the lonely road. Behind the counter stood an old clockmaker, thin and motionless, who whispered, "Welcome. You're just in time." Liam felt uneasy but walked deeper into the shop. The clocks inside were beautiful but unsettling. Some ran too fast, some too slow, some didn't tick at all, yet continued to move. One small silver clock caught his attention. It was warm, almost like it had a heartbeat. Suddenly, its hands shifted on their own. Startled, Liam showed it to the clockmaker, who leaned close and said, "That clock chooses its owner. It can fix your past, but it demands a price." The shop grew colder as Liam insisted he didn't need anything fixed. "You should not lie to time," the old man whispered. And at that moment, all the clocks in the shop stopped. Their hands slowly turned toward Liam as their glass faces cracked. The clockmaker's skin peeled away, revealing a tall, shadow-like creature with hourglass-shaped eyes. "I repair time," it hissed, "and tonight, you are my customer." The silver clock opened by itself, releasing a black mist that wrapped around Liam, pulling him toward the creature. Terrified, he grabbed a heavy grandfather clock and smashed the silver watch. A blinding explosion of light shattered the shop. Gears flew through the air, and the shadow creature screamed as the entire building collapsed into dust. Liam ran outside, and when he looked back, the shop had vanished completely. Exhausted, he sat on his repaired motorcycle, but then he heard it. Tick, tick, tick. A silver clock, the very same one he had destroyed, sat on his seat, glowing faintly, with a note beside it that read, "No one escapes time." The ticking grew louder as darkness swallowed the night. Liam froze. His breath turned cold as frost, and the fog around him thickened, swirling like something alive. The silver clock on his motorcycle seat vibrated softly, as if struggling to hold itself together. He hesitated, then slowly reached toward it. But before his fingers touched the metal, the world around him shifted. The streetlights flickered. The shadows stretched unnaturally long, crawling toward him like dark fingers searching for his ankles. The ticking grew so loud it echoed like a heartbeat inside his skull. Then he noticed something terrifying. His own shadow was moving on its own. It twitched, distorted, and then slowly turned its head toward him. Liam stumbled backward, horrified, as the shadow's eyes glowed dimly, shaped exactly like the hourglass eyes of the creature inside the shop. The shadow lifted an arm, pointing toward the empty lot where the clock shop once stood. And before Liam could react, the ground around the empty space cracked open, as if the earth itself remembered something that the world had forgotten. A faint golden light seeped from the cracks, and ghostly outlines of clocks rose into the air, their forms incomplete, like memories half erased. Each ghostly clock chimed a different tone, soft yet mournful, blending into a haunting melody that made Liam's heart race. The silver clock on the motorcycle glowed brighter, pulsing in perfect sync with the spectral clocks in the air. Suddenly, an unseen force dragged him forward. His feet scraped against the road as he tried to resist, but the pull only grew stronger. The empty lot began reconstructing itself, walls rising from dust, shelves forming from smoke, gears materializing in midair. The shop was rebuilding itself, piece by piece, whispering through time. Liam screamed for help, but his voice was swallowed by the dense fog. A powerful wind surged from the half-formed shop, carrying with it the faint murmurs of countless voices. Voices of people who had entered Elder Timeworks before him and never returned. As the shop became more solid, Liam saw the dark creature standing inside, its form clearer than before, taller, more complete. Its shadowy body was no longer just mist. It had gained shape, density, strength. The creature raised one skeletal hand, and all the ghostly clocks froze midair. Time itself paused. Not a sound, not a breath, not even the fog moved. The creature's voice echoed inside Liam's head, cold and absolute. You broke the clock that chose you. Now time must rebuild you. The ghostly clock shattered into shards of glowing dust, swirling rapidly around Liam, consuming him in a vortex of spinning gears and numbers. Memories flashed before his eyes, childhood moments, people he loved, regrets he never admitted. Every memory slowed, reversed, sped up, then dissolved like burning paper. He screamed, but his voice echoed strangely, as if coming from a great distance. The vortex tightened, and the creature stepped closer, placing one shadowed hand on Liam's chest. His heartbeat synced with the ticking of the silver clock. Slower, slower, slower. Just as Liam felt himself fading from existence, the creature whispered one final sentence. Your time belongs to me now. The world collapsed into darkness, but somewhere within that darkness, a faint ticking continued. Steady, gentle, inevitable. Time had taken its next customer.